Human Development Index, District and City Minimum Wage, Investment, and GRDP Impact on Poverty in East Java 2019. Economic development in Indonesia is carried out with the aim of increasing the welfare of the community. One of the things that can be overcome with economic development is poverty. Poverty is a condition in which the community or family is unable to fulfill their primary needs. Poverty alleviation is not only a problem from the central government, but also a regional problem in Indonesia, including the province of East Java. The number of poor people in East Java in 2019 have decreased from the previous year. Even though it has decreased from the previous year, the poverty rate for 10% of the total population is still quite high. There are still more than 4 million people living below the poverty line. To create economic development as well as a poverty alleviation, there are many things to be intensified. The purpose of this study is to determine, first, how and to what extent the Human Development Index variable affects poverty in East Java, how and how much do the GRDP variable affects poverty in the East Java, how and how many does the district and city minimum wage variable affect poverty in East Java, how and to what extent does the investment variable affect the poverty in East Java. The Asian Development Bank states that dynamic economic growth has ability to reduce poverty. Sharp identified the cause of poverty from an economic perspective. The first is unequal pattern of resource ownership that result in equality. The second is a different quality of human resources, and the third is difference in access in capital. There are three causes poverty are found in the vicious circle of poverty theory. The World Bank states that one of the causes poverty is a lack of income and assets to meet their basic needs such as food, clothing, house, and acceptable level of health and education. The minimum wage is imposed by the local government to trigger people's interest in working. Besides, there are also important factors that play a very important role in increasing the provincial minimum wage. Namely, because of the needs of the community are increasing, the government has taken a policy of increasing wage or salary. Based on Dita Sekar Ayu's research in 2018, the GRDP variable had a significant effect on poverty in East Java in 2010 until 2015. In the research conducted by Nilam Indah Susilawati, in 2017, the GRDP variable also had a significant effect on poverty in East Java in 2015 until 2016. But the object of this research in 29 villages in East Java province. Meanwhile, in this study, the GRDP didn't show a particularly significant effect on poverty in East Java. This study used two variables, the dependent variable and the independent variable. The dependent variable in this study is the number of poor people in East Java province according to district and cities in 2019. The independent variable in this study are Human Development Index value of the province of East Java 2019, the minimum wage for district and cities throughout East Java in 2019, the GRDP of the city of East Java in 2019, and the total investment, foreign investment and domestic investment of urban district in East Java 2019. The data used is secondary data cross-section, as many as 38 regencies in East Java. The data are: the first is number of poor people, the second is human development value, the third is minimum wage for city district of East Java, the fourth is GRDP value of East Java city and district, and the fifth is domestic investment and foreign investment data. The data analysis method used in this research is linear regression analysis with the ordinary least square method and use cross-section data in district and cities in East Java in 2019. The model used are: classical assumption tests are normality test, heteroscedasticity test, and multicollinearity test with the help of the Stata application program. The normality test uses the Shapiro-Wilk test. This test is used because of the small sample size, namely 38 regencies. Heteroscedasticity test used by the Bruch-Pagan method, and the multicollinearity test was carried out by looking at the variance inflating factor. The significance test is carried out with the help of the Stata application program. The first is coefficient of determination. Coefficient of the determination is a number that provides the proportion or percentage of total variation in the independent variable, which is explained by the dependent variable. Simultaneous significance test or F-test used to determine whether all independent variables have a simultaneous effect on the dependent variable. And the parameter significance test or T-test conducted to show how much influence one independent variable individually has to explain the variation of the dependent variable. The significance test. Based on the result of regression tests, it can be seen that there is one independent variable that has a significant effect on the dependent variable. The variable is Human Development Index, which partially influenced poverty in East Java province in 2019. Meanwhile, the minimum wage, GRDP, and investment variable have no effect partially significant to poverty. The t-test results show that Human Development Index has a significant effect on poverty with a coefficient value of minus 10,387.18, which means that an increasing in Human Development Index by 1% will reduce poverty in East Java by 10,387 people. Based on the F-test, it can be seen that the Human Development Index, minimum wage for cities, GRDP, and investment simultaneously influence poverty in East Java. From the R-square test, the result of determinants test or R-square test shows the number 0.6, which can be interpreted by the ability of Human Development Index, minimum wage for city, GRDP, and investment in explaining poverty in East Java is 82.3%, and the rest is explained by other variables outside the model. The classic assumption test. Based on the result of the multicollinearity test by looking at the variance inflating factor, there is no relationship relationships between variables in the linkage model. Heteroscedasticity test using the Bush-Pagan method shows that the variance of the error term or residual is constant. The result of the normality test using the Shapiro-Wilk test method indicate that the data is normally distributed. Based on the result described above, it can be seen that Human Development Index is a very important factor in indicators of economic development in poverty alleviation efforts. Even Human Development Index can have a partially significant effect on poverty in East Java based on Renta Justice research in 2017. Human Development Index also had a partially significant effect on poverty in East Java in 2011 until 2016. Until 2019, based on the result of this study, the increase in Human Development Index still plays an important role in alleviating poverty problem in East Java. This is in accordance with the theory of endogenous growth pioneered by Robert E. Lucas and Paul Romer, who emphasized the importance of human resources for economic growth and development. The district or city minimum wage does not have a partially significant effect on poverty in East Java. Based on Dita Sekar Ayus research in 2018, the minimum wage variable has an effect on poverty in 2010 until 2015, but no longer has a partially significant effect in 2019. So the conclusion is, based on the research that has been done, it can be seen that the Human Development Index variable has a negative effect on poverty in East Java in 2019. An increase in Human Development Index by 1% can reduce the number of poverty more than 10,000 people. Meanwhile, the variable of minimum wage for cities and districts, GRDP, and investment do not have a partially significant effect on poverty in East Java. However, the four variables have a partially significant effect on poverty in East Java in 2019. The ability of these four variables to explain poverty in East Java in 2019 is 62.3%, and the rest explained by the